Hello, and thanks for joining me for this winter weather outlook. I'm DTN Ag Meteorologist John Baranick. Drought has been the topic of the fall and is fairly widespread across much of the country. What are the weather patterns looking like for winter, and will it improve the drought situation going into spring 2023? Well, before we tackle that, we need to take a look at where we've been, and the August through October time frame was pretty warm and dry overall. Subtropical jet stream brought some better precipitation across portions of the south, and that led to some coolness in August and September. And in the last half of October, we finally got a little bit more active weather pattern for the rest of the country as well, but adding it up over the 3 months was still warm and dry. That has made the drought monitor very colorful here. There has been some reduction over the last couple of weeks in early November across the middle of the country, where we have seen some better rainfall, but overall drought has gotten worse this fall from northwest to southeast. That active subtropical jet has reduced drought across the southwest into Texas. It was too late to improve this year's crop, but will it help with next year? Well, looking at the soil moisture situation, probably not. This map is looking at the top 80 inches of soil moisture, and anywhere in the warm colors in yellow, orange, and red are below normal. The largest deficits are where the drought is the deepest in the Central Plains, and that is wreaking havoc on the winter wheat crop there. As of early November, winter wheat crop conditions are the worst on record for this time of year. We just have not seen enough rain or soil moisture to get the crop going in any good way. Most of the rest of the country will be counting on winter and spring rainfall to reverse this pattern for the 2023 growing season, but it's going to take a lot to do it. This dryness can most certainly be blamed on 2 straight years of La Nina conditions in the Pacific Ocean, and we're headed for the 3rd straight winter with its influence dominating the pattern. All models from around the world agree that La Nina will be sticking around through the winter, but it should move into neutral conditions for the spring and is on a trajectory for El Nino conditions for next summer. That would certainly be a big change from the last 2 growing seasons. With La Nina in control through the winter, though, we should expect to have what we have seen over the last few winters for the most part. That is, a clipper pattern where storms track across the north with relative warmth and dryness across the south. If we break it down month by month, one of the first things you may notice is how cold we are forecasting it to be in December. There are some good signals for a perhaps warm start to turn much colder later in the month, perhaps mirroring the pattern we are seeing in November to some degree. That is in stark contrast to the last 2 Decembers, which showed widespread warmth and was record warm last year. For January and February, the pattern turns back into a typical La Nina clipper pattern, though the colder air may take a break for most of January before hitting harder in February. Deep penetration can occur with some of these clipper systems, and that increases the chance of winter precipitation for the southern states, even if most of the time it's warm and dry. For precipitation, there's a lot of brown or below normal between the 3 months, especially for the south. If there are some above normal readings, it would likely occur in the Ohio Valley or Great Lakes later in the wintertime. This does not bode well for the ongoing drought. It will likely take a good spring rains to get these areas out. And we could see drought expanding, especially across the south, but some regional drought growth farther north as well. So to recap, La Nina is going to hang on for a 3rd winter in a row. It'll wane, but we won't get out of it until spring. That typically means a clipper pattern, though there is some variability in that. Some of these storms could penetrate further south with an increased risk for wintry weather across the southern states, even if the whole winter ends up drier and warmer than normal. Northern areas should have a better chance of seeing at least normal amounts of precipitation, but overall the widespread drought is likely to continue through the winter months and should expand across southern areas. That means that spring precipitation is going to be heavily relied upon a little bit more than usual to get the 2023 crop going. And that's what the weather conditions look like for the coming winter. If you'd like to know more about the conditions for your operations, check out our website at mydtn.com and sign up for a free trial. Thanks for watching. I'm DTN Ag Meteorologist John Baranick.